In a world where tradition meets innovation and waste is reborn as a valuable resource, we delve into the extraordinary journey of Adejoke Lasisi, a master weaver and environmental pioneer. Her story takes us on a remarkable path where threads of culture, entrepreneurship and a fervent commitment to our planet intersect. Welcome. I am Esther Makwariola. And before we delve into the main story, let's bring you updates from the world of environment. With notices served to the respective owners, these structures are being pulled down. This isn't limited to just one building. Several others which obstruct the flow of water, especially during the rainy season, are also being removed.
We've called the community leaders, the ballers, those that sold the land. We've had meetings with them, and so you can see that everybody is aware that this is going to happen, only that they don't know when.
Unfortunately, many residents here are facing the harsh reality of losing their homes and livelihoods. They are left with nowhere to go, and it's a heartbreaking sight for them.
So it was this afternoon I was in the house. One of my neighbors told me I should rush to the shop that they are destroying. That is why I now rushed and I noticed they have destroyed my shop. And now there is no money to feed my children, no money to take care. I don't even know where to start from. Last month my house rent finished. I have to go and find Paco inside there and stay there. 3 days ago, they enter and they pack my house properties. Now the shop that I have up now, they have destroyed.
But the government remains undeterred in its commitment to creating a flood-free metropolis.
After this exercise, because it still is a long stretch, we are talking about over 4 kilometer stretch. So immediately after this exercise, the maintenance crew will come in, and there's possibility of also widening the channel, which we will embark within the next couple of months.
In the meantime, residents were asked to cooperate with the state, even as the authorities are working to ensure that these areas will not be reclaimed by illegal occupants. Gathering here are women from diverse communities across the African continent. They are part of a collective effort that unites over 100 community activists and leaders from 14 countries. This assembly provides them with a unique opportunity to learn, to stand together in solidarity, to shape political solutions that serve their interests, and above all, to amplify the voices of the women who bear the brunt of the climate crisis.
Today, the temperatures are extremely high. During the day, people can't sit in their house any longer. They have to come out because they need fresh air. And another thing is the communities are not even benefiting from that electricity which is being tapped from their zone. Aside that, crops no longer do well. When we usually made visits to those communities in the years past, we were able to buy at least a bunch of plantain or some potatoes, but now we can't buy anything. And when you ask them why, we don't see anything on the road, they said everything gets rotten.
A lot of our communities don't have regard for women. One of the community women said when they are having meetings, they only bring drinks and give to them to go and share. Before they are busy struggling with the drinks, they finish making decisions. So if you want to have information, go to the house and ask your husband. So what about a woman that does not have a husband in the community?
For them, it's not just about speeches and discussions. They seek tangible actions that include women in decision-making, leading to meaningful change at the local level across diverse African countries.
The solutions that the advanced countries and also some of our countries are talking about and discussing and adopting do not address the problems of community people, but the solutions that community people want is that part of the resources that they have, attention should be focused at local communities.
Women are not just bearing the brunt of climate change impacts and of other issues locally that have to do with the environment. They are also leading in solutions to adapt and to cope with climate change. So we are here as women to mobilize, to go back, to mobilize our grassroots women and to tell them, look, we have the solution.
The Women's Climate Assembly unites women against inadequate climate solutions and offers a strong platform for proposing development solutions crucial for the survival of African women and communities.
Nigeria established the National Biotechnology Development Agency in 2001 to promote, commercialize, and regulate biotechnology products. To unleash its full potential, public understanding and acceptance are crucial.
In agricultural space.
That's why editors, journalists, and biotech experts have gathered here to exchange ideas and improve the accuracy of reporting on agricultural biotechnology and biosafety.
A lot of people are not aware of what biotechnology can do, and there is misconception about biotechnology. That is why we said, okay, we're going to pull you together, Guild of Editors, in the Lagos axis, to make sure that they understand of what biotechnology is, and to make sure that whenever they are going to make a reporting, they make an informed reporting, so that people will understand correctly what biotechnology is.
Agric biotechnology is very important in that it would help food security.
Some remarkable advancements in biotechnology happening within the country were also highlighted.
It's a useful thing. Farmers are actually presently enjoying the products of this technology. We have the pod borer resistant beans, and then we have the BT cotton, which of course farmers are enjoying now. With these improved varieties they're actually enjoying, you can do 2 to 3 sprays, maximum of 3, you're okay.
The collaboration between the media and biotechnology experts becomes increasingly essential to spread awareness and ensure the effective use of biotechnology for a more secure and sustainable future.
At the tender age of 9, Adejoke began weaving ashoke, a traditional Yoruba fabric. Her mother's watchful eye guided her, setting her on a path that would take 15 years to master.
My name is Adejoke Lasisi. I'm the founder and creative director of Planet 3R. For someone like me, I don't like seeing all this dirt on the floor. So I just go ahead and pick them off the ground, put them inside, just pack them somewhere. Even then, I didn't know what to do with them. You know, I don't like seeing them around. So I picked them up. But I was born into ashoke weaving, and I started weaving ashoke since age 9. So later on, I was like, what can I do with this waste that I like picking off the ground? I can't just pick them off and not doing anything with them. So I decided to just now use the ashoke weaving skills that I have since I was young. Then I started using those ways that I see and create solution around it, to create a beautiful product from it. And that was why Planet 3R was born. What we do at Planet 3R is basically we convert these wastes that we get into beautiful eco-friendly products, and we also empower people with the skills that we have, because we believe that we don't just want to create these products and just be creating them, but we also want to create opportunity around it, around these wastes, so that whereby even when people bring their individual wastes, we have a scale whereby we measure it and we pay them some token, just to appreciate them for bringing their wastes. And one of our other solutions is that we go out there to make sure that we tell people on the need to have a clean environment, why they should clean their environment, and the need to separate their wastes. When they are putting their waste, they should know the ones that for the ones for recycling, the one that they need to probably give to waste management that come to pick their waste. And we also encourage them not to burn their wastes, the effect that is having on our health and everything. This awareness that we are creating actually helps us to now bring people on board, because now they know what we do with their wastes. And some of them even volunteer to just bring their waste. They don't even collect money from us. They just be like, no, we like what you do, we love what you do, we just want to give you this waste. So they don't even collect money, they don't even ask for money for it.
The transformation process at Planet 3R starts with discarded pure water sachets. These seemingly insignificant items are turned into plastic yarn, woven with a touch of cotton thread. The result? Plastic textiles that are 90% plastic and 10% cotton.
Our process is actually in 5 simple steps. So the first step is sourcing for these raw materials, the waste. We call them raw materials because that is what we use to create this product that we do. So we make sure that we get those, collect them from individuals. We have about 2 collection points for now. We already told them that they know what we do, and so they collect those waste for us, like a collection point where we just go there and pick up those waste. The second step is that we bring these waste together and we wash them. So when we now wash them, we make sure that we wash them thoroughly. After washing them thoroughly, we get disinfector to disinfect it, because most of all these things, we believe that people will want to carry them. Some people want to wear them. So we want something that will be hygienic, that will be good, that will not cause any other infection on the body. So our third step is shredding. So we shred it into a thread. We take scissors and just cut it, and one pure water sachet can give us up to 60 inches long. So with that, we'll now shred them into all the things that we need. So when we shred them, we already know the amount of the nylon that will take, that will be able to do a yard of the material. So for instance, I want to weave 1 yard of material. We know that we have to shred about 250 nylons to be able to give us that. So the fourth one is the weaving. So when we get all these things, the weaving that we already set up on the loom, as you can see, so we now take the thread, we weave it into it. So the thread, the nylon, the waste consists about 90%, whereby the thread is 10%. So after weaving, that's the fourth step. Then the fifth step is that this material, the fabricated material, which is the cloth-like material, we now convert them into different products that we want to use it to do. We can make it into shoes, bag, clothing. So different things that we can come up with from that material. So those are just the 5 steps that we use in converting those wastes. So initially, I didn't even start this waste weaving immediately, because you know sometimes when you are young we have a lot of dreams like that okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. But when I grew up, I realized that one needs to eat and you know be sustained and you know get money. So I was like, this thing I'm not even sure all this dream that I have is possible and everything. But I didn't let it down, because I was like, people have started the weaving itself has started going into extinction. People no longer like weaving. Some people will be like, I know it's an old people job. Young people don't do it. So I was just like, let me try and do this thing. And so when I started doing it, it was not moving well. Not even this one, no. The weaving of Ashoke itself that I was doing initially. So I started training people, and you know people started contributing. So later on, so we use, like I said earlier, that we use our weaving skills to create an environmental solution. So when we now started weaving it, so many people did not buy into this idea of like planetary hour. Why would they be using waste? Why would they be doing this? So I now did a customer survey, whereby I called 20 potential customers. So with that, I was able to understand what they really want, their pain, what they are facing in the environment, why they would love to be a part of our organization with the solution that we are giving. So with that, they told me that if it is attractive, if it is affordable. So those things, the summary, I was able to summarize all those things in like 5 pages. And that thing helped me a lot in understanding what they want, because they are the one that we are creating this solution for. It's not just for us. This thing is so fine, like is even me myself, like I was like, I can buy this thing myself now. Before, I'm not sure I could buy it, but now me, I can put my money on this, because I always like to put myself into like a position of a buyer, like what are they thinking? So with that, I was able to get what they think very well, like be like, it's as if I'm into their mind. So when we now started producing what they like, they started booking, like, please give me send me your account number, like, and they started paying, and we started getting order like for souvenir. Can you help us do souvenir? Can you help us do this? And those ones, they are money that, like, those ones are not just individual. Those money just come bam like that in bulk. So those money, they make sense for the organization to grow. One of the uniqueness about our solution at Planetary Hour is the fact that our solution don't create any other environmental hazard. We try as much as possible not to, like, our local way of solving that problem doesn't, like, we don't have to burn those ways to create another solution, because if we have to, like, we are trying to solve this problem, we can't be creating another problem while solving that problem. So this loom now is locally fabricated. We get our wood, we get our carpenters to just like create those loom for us. We have them in different sizes, but right now we have just this size that we use. So the size that we use, the loom, we make sure that we set it up. We get our thread and set it up on it. So when we set it up, that is the warp. Any cloth that you see in life consists of warp and weft. So you have your warp, you have your weft. So our warp is the thread, then our weft is those nylon waste or the textile waste. So we put it inside it and we get our products.
Adejoke Lasisi's story shows us that innovation can come from tradition and that real change starts when we embrace new possibilities.
Green Angle returns in just a moment. Stay with us. The Nigeria Tobacco Control Alliance is unhappy with the amount of money allocated to controlling tobacco in the country. Well, they say the budget for tobacco control has dropped by 50% from 9.4 million naira in 2022 to 4.7 million naira in 2023. And this means there is less money to fight against tobacco, and it's making it harder to continue the progress they've made over the years. Well, Paul Ashibel from the Nigeria Tobacco Control Alliance shares his thoughts on this issue and also suggests possible solutions.
The Tobacco Control Fund is supposed to help Nigeria meet its commitment to the Conference of Parties. That's the COP, the annual COP. Supposed to help Nigeria meet that commitment. It's supposed to also help in the enforcement of provisions of the Tobacco Control Act 2015 and the National Tobacco Control Regulations of 2019. Whether it is graphic health warnings enforcement, whether it is enforcement of smoke-free public places, and all other provisions of the Act and regulations. Tobacco Control Fund is supposed to be, it's like a pool of money that is meant to finance all tobacco control related activities in Nigeria. The allocation for tobacco control in 2023, a mere 4.7 million naira, is really poor. In 2022, we had 9.4 million naira allocated to tobacco control in the 2022 budget. And in 2023, that amount went down by 50% to 4.7 million naira. And now the question is, what can you achieve with 4.7 million naira? Take, for instance, NATOC meetings are supposed to hold quarterly. NATOC is the National Tobacco Control Committee. They are supposed to hold their meetings quarterly. That amount of money cannot finance even one NATOC meeting. Not to talk of the enforcement obligations for the MDAs, that with the implementation of the National Tobacco Control Act. Tax member states, Nigeria inclusive, to enforce comprehensive bans on tobacco advertising, promotion, and sponsorship. So that's why you cannot see billboards advertising tobacco. You cannot see advertisement of tobacco on television or hear about it on radio, because that ban is enforced. But now what the tobacco industry does is to see how it can meander its way through placement of this subtle act. And that's what they do through their so-called CSR, corporate social responsibility. They are looking for a way to market their image, their brand. And how do you market your brand without hinting about your products? There's very little that can be achieved if there are no resources, for the agencies to get into the field and do their work. Those policies, whether it is enforcement, whether for conventional cigarettes, as we know, or it is for this new products that we see, e-cigarettes, shisha, and all of that. For the enforcement to really happen, there's a need for resources who are responsible to get into the field and enforce. What I want to say is that this is an opportunity to ask the Nigerian government at the federal level to increase budgetary allocation to tobacco control. Tobacco is a major contributor to the NCD's burden. allocating money to deal with tobacco in the country is going to, of course, deal with one of the root causes of this NTDs that we battle with. It will also reduce the burden on our healthcare system that is already very fragile. State governments, they cannot leave all of this to the federal government. They need to complement the funding efforts of the federal government by including budget lines for tobacco control in their states. That way, the efforts to control tobacco in Nigeria will be holistic.
That's about it on this week's edition of Green Angle. Until I come your way next time, remember, together we can build a sustainable world. I am Esther Mokwariola. Bye for now.